where is this energy leading next? So over the last little while, the energy between divine counterparts has really been shifting, and you might have felt it in your dreams or in synchronicities, or you may even have had these moments of clarity. So today we're going to have a look at where is this energy leading next. So let's tune in together. Oh, that's interesting. That's the same card that came up yesterday. Let's have a look at who might take the next step forward. How does this move unfold? And most importantly, what direction is opening up for the both of you? Let's have a look. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Five of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords. And we've got the Six of Cups along with this Star card. Interesting. So this particular reading, it very much feels like the continuation of a story that we started a couple of days ago. And there is confirmation that this shift is actually still unfolding. So what I'm seeing here is someone who recognizes the love and the bond between you, but they also might be caught in this stalemate or in a conflict about how to move forward. So the connection itself energetically is alive and strong, and there is this possibility of some kind of renewal. But what stands out most to me is actually this bottom of the deck card, this Page of Wands. There's this guiding light, one soul that is holding space and sending out signals in the unseen, while the other one is finding their way to it. So this is someone who feels your presence deeply, even if they're having problems expressing it clearly in the physical. I absolutely love this particular edition of the Page of Wands. It's stunning to me. And it feels like one of you, probably you right here, is holding this flame while the other catches sight of another flame in the distance. So this suggests to me that the both of you might be at a physical distance, or at least at some kind of emotional distance. And you are in this beautiful place. It feels very protected. It feels like you are at peace. But you can see that there's this sense of connection between these two lights, where communication isn't always through words, but it could be through light or intuition and the shared fire between you. I keep being drawn back to this archway, and to me it almost feels like a portal. And it really suggests that one of you is opening up some sort of pathway, almost like this energetic grid lines. You're laying these down for the other to follow. And what I'm picking up on with these two lights that we're seeing, this one in the background and the wand that you are holding, it reminds me of those signal fires where it would send messages across long distance, and each fire would be visible to the next, and this would create a chain of lights that carried through these messages. These could be warnings of invasions, they could be calls to arms, or they could be this very important news. So I'm getting two main messages coming through. One of them is talking about this energetic connection that you have between you, and the other one is that you seem to be this fixed point that others orientate themselves by. The Star card really doubles down on that symbolism. We can see that there is this North Star, the eternal guiding light, and the point that you really orientate yourself toward when you feel lost. Again, there's this little ship that's woven into her dress imagery, and this suggests distance. So you and your counterpart may be physically at a distance, but there's also this navigation energy here. So one of you kind of walking or sailing slightly ahead and signaling the way, and the other one is orientating toward that signal. together, these cards are really showing that this connection is running on a soul-to-soul signals, not just the 3D contact. So the page sends out the beacon and the star becomes the North Star to follow. So you're both very involved in guiding one another, one as a messenger and the other as a compass. I'm then going to move to this Five of Wands. Now, traditionally, this card is talking about conflict and stalemate, and there could be stalemate between the both of you in physical reality. But I want to go beyond that and look at the imagery in this particular card. So notice how each of the women are all facing in different directions, yet together they actually form this circle of power. So it feels actually less like a competition and more like a collaboration. Almost as if the divine feminine is sending out a collective call. And this really ties in with the signal fire energy that we saw in the Page of Wands and the guiding of the North Star. So here, it's not just about you and your counterpart. This is about a bigger project, a larger energetic web being woven. And the feminine collective is broadcasting, sending out light codes and signals to call others into alignment. It's very interesting because those of you who know me, you know that I've been called to Costa Rica. I'm not here on vacation. I am here with Twin Flames as a group, and we are actually setting down grid lines here in Costa Rica. And I'm actually going to be coming back to Costa Rica in October for those of you that are Twin Flames and feel called to join me. There will be a link in my bio towards the end of the week for that. But even if in the 3D it feels like stalemate or silence, on the soul level, there's movement, there's connection, there's direction, and you're not alone in this. You're actually much in this bigger, wider constellation of feminine energy that is holding the frequency and lighting the way. Now, going from that to this stunning Queen of Swords. So we can see that she is holding a mudra. This is the formation of the hands. So her hands are framing her eyes, almost as if she's reminding you that even when the physical world does not show you proof, you already see with your inner vision. So currently you're being called to your clarity, to your intuition, and your ability to cut through any illusions and to know what's true. The other thing that I'm really noticing is the sword is pointing down. And this tells us that this is not about defense or aggression. This is about calm authority. This is truth being held with wisdom. And that the discernment here, it doesn't need to be forced. You don't have to push. You don't have to prove, because you already know. So this card is showing that your insight into this connection transcends words or action. And even if they're silent, even if the 3D feels uncertain, you are perceiving it on a higher level. And that's going to be your clarity guiding you at this moment in time. We have this Six of Cups, and this does speak of a deep soul connection, the kind that stretches across lifetimes. And in this particular card, we can see that both of these beings, they're holding this cup, and inside it there is this lily. Now lilies, at nighttime, they close up their petals, and in the morning when the sun hits them, they open them up again. And so they are known as the flowers of resurrection. This tells me that between you and your person, not only is there recognition of a soul bond, but there's also the stirring of something that is being reborn. And it feels like they might be remembering consciously or unconsciously what you mean to them. It's almost like a piece of their soul is waking back up to this connection, even if things have felt distant or uncertain. So the lily, it really says that new life is possible here. This feels like a very specific message to those of you that carry divine feminine within you. This is not talking about gender, but about the qualities that you hold.